Hello everyone, this is Shubham Sinha, All India rank 50 in GATE 2021 in Production Industrial Engineering. Today I am here to discuss one of the most asked questions. Should I leave my placements for my GATE preparation? For college students, this is the most difficult question you have to answer to yourself. But my short answer to this question is no, you should not leave your placements for your GATE preparation. Because most of you for giving GATE have two aspirations in your mind. One of you may have aspiration to go for research in premier institute like IITs. The others may have inspiration to go in PSUs or go in IITs for getting a better placement from your current colleges. So for the research student, I want to say, so let's say you want to go in research in MTech, or you want to go for a PhD after your MTech. In both the cases, let's say you do MTech in something in operations, let's say. So if you want to go in operations, you will land in an R&D company if you go for placements in IITs. So for research and development based companies, you still have to go through the same process that you will go for in your placements in your final year. So the process will be very similar. You still have to go through the written test and the interview. So it's not like you're skipping this. It's actually like you're having a practice of this in your bachelor's. Let's say you don't want to go for placements, you go for academics, or you want to go for PhD for a foreign university. You still have to go for the similar thing. You still have to go for the interview process, and in the interview process the question will be quite similar what you will be asked in your bachelor's. The only difference is if you go for an IT company, that may be a different case, or you may go for a consulting company in your bachelor's, that may also be a different case. But if you go for a core company, or you go for a branch which is very similar to yours, so the interview process will be very same. Now let's talk about for the PSU students. So for the PSU students, as soon as you give the GATE, what is the one thing you do is to apply for all the companies that accept the GATE score. Or after the GATE, you can also have to give some specific exam for different PSUs. So anyway, you have to give the test, the technical test, which is very similar to what you give in your placements. So why don't you want to prepare for this? Let's say you go for a PSU, you have to go for group discussions, group tasks as in HPCL or in IOCL. You have to do this. You have also go for the interview, the technical interview and the HR interview. So in all those cases, you will have a similar experience of what you got in your placements. So if you do your placements well, you will have an upper edge. You will have an experience of what you are doing. So you'll understand your mistakes, revise them, and understand what to speak when you are in front of a interview panel. For the students who aim for going to IIT for better placements, you want to go for the same thing. It's just that your college does not have good companies. I may agree that you don't want to join those companies, but why don't you want to give the interviews? The interview experience will actually help you. In the later case, when you do join your company or do join an MTech, you'll have to go for placement after 1 year. The similar experience will be there. It's not like you go into IIT and you get a job. You still have to face the technical tests, clear them, then go for the technical interview and then the HR interview. There will be no difference at all. You will have to do the same. So what do you want to do? Practice at it and make yourself comfortable and make yourself better? Or just leave it just because you are preparing for GATE? Why do you want to do that? Now, one thing I want to say, and one thing I want to warn you all, that even though I am recommending you to go for placement, you should not go for anything which is not related to your branch. Let's say you are in a branch like core branch like mechanical, production, civil, electrical, and you are going to go for placement in an IT company. I'll not recommend that. Why? So the first most reason I'm not recommending this is because being a core student, you don't have that much of IT experience and knowledge, so you have to prepare for them. And if you want to go for IT companies, you have to prepare data structures and algorithm, a language which is Python, Java, C++, anything, and do some competitive programming. So these things will actually hamper your studies. Since you are preparing for GATE and those subjects are not similar, you will have to prepare them simultaneously. And since those subjects are not at all similar, you have to focus on both of them. So focusing on two different type of subjects will actually not be very great for you, because it's a small amount of time and you're actually preparing for placements as well as the GATE. I'll not recommend this. But let's say you want to go for core companies like Tata Steel, Tata Motors, Jindal Steel, General Electric. The companies like this will ask questions that are very similar to what your GATE syllabus will be. They will be asking question of strength of material, let's say material science or production. So you will be very comfortable with it. You will actually have an advantage since you are preparing for GATE. You will have an upper edge because your concepts are very clear and it will be very easy for you to give those tests. And even in the interview, you'll face lesser difficulty as compared to other students because you're actually practicing on your concepts, because most of them, your fellow batchmates, will be only preparing for the aptitude and all, but you are also preparing for the technical subjects from the second year to the final year, because the GATE syllabus covers all your engineering disciplines. So actually you are covering everything, so you will be on upper edge. I'll share my experience. Since I was in college, I was having a similar experience. I was preparing for GATE and I was going through the placement sessions. I actually got placed in a core companies, which is in bearing companies. So the question they were asking to me was very much related to my branch. Since my branch in industrial, they were asking questions like, what do you mean by quality? What do you understand by metal cutting? What are the different aspects of metal cutting? What do you mean by production? What do you mean by casting? What do you understand by manufacturing? So these subjects are very familiar with what I was preparing in GATE. So I was having an upper edge, and actually I cleared the exams and I actually got placed in those companies. So from my experience, I have seen that even though I was very confident with my concept, but when I was facing the technical interview, it was a very different experience. I know the concepts, but I was not able to tell them. I was not able to express what I was understanding about the concepts. So one thing I understand, that even though I am very strong with my concepts, I could not be able to clear the interviews for some of the companies. Why? Because I was not able to express those concepts. So I got to revise them and understand what I have to speak and what should I have to express when I was asked technical questions. So this experience is very important for you for all your future endeavors. Even if you go for a company or you can go for an IIT. Like when I was applying for IITs, I got call from IIT Bombay IEOR branch, or I got from IIT Bombay Sitara branch, IIT Madras Production Engineering branch. All of them, in all the interviews I have faced the same level of questions. The questions were very similar. In IIT Bombay, they ask, what do you mean by casting? What are the different aspects of casting? What are the different shrinkages? So these questions were very similar to what I prepare in GATE, and actually they help. And since I have already gone through my placements, I was really confident when I was speaking. Since I already prepared for my introductions, my technical part, and all those things. So I'll highly recommend you all to do so, because this is a win-win situation for you. Let's say if you got a placement before giving the GATE exams as well, or if you got a placement before the PSU results. So now you have a financial backup as well, you have a financial stability. So you can actually do better, because you will not have the pressure like all other students which are giving GATE and have the only opportunity which is GATE. You actually have a backup plan. So it will actually help you in doing so. So I'll highly recommend you all to don't leave your placements, but I'll say that don't be very involved in your placements. Just go only for those dates where your branch or your similar companies which are very similar to your branch are coming. Only do those things and don't do any extra things. This will actually help you in your all your future endeavors. So I'll recommend you to actually go for placements and do your best. So I would like to thank you all for listening to me, and please do share this video, and please do subscribe this channel for more such video. Let's crack it.
It's time to experience something glorious. Unacademy Combat. Compete, crack, conquer.
A challenging GATE contest engineered to give you an experience like none other,
where you put your knowledge to test
and battle it out with a test
to bring out the best in you. Unacademy Combat is the most competitive, gamified contest for GATE till date, with the best of the questions by best educators.
with detailed video solutions from top educators right after each contest.
Combat live with peers to get real-time rankings and win big.
Participate in every contest to improve your ratings.
Challenging contests every fortnight or alternate Sunday. Live ranking after every question. Big rewards for top rankers. Your passion to crack GATE deserves this. Your hard work towards your dream deserves this. Fuel your inner fire for the ultimate GATE challenge. Unacademy Combat. Register now.
Hello learners, don't forget or miss our special class feature on Unacademy platform or application. Special class features are interactive live classes, polls for the learners, raise a hand feature, never miss a class, lecture notes, and you can go through lectures from anytime and from anywhere.